This legendary Soviet armor weighs 100 pounds, is whispered to survive DSHK fire and deflect RPG shrapnel. Yet the dirty, brutal truth is this: it was just utterly humiliated by a piece of bronze-tipped ammunition designed in 1926.
Today, we are putting the rumored resilience of the Russian VANT TMBAN ballistic shield to the ultimate test. This shield is not just a piece of kit, it is the stuff of military folklore, primarily deployed by Russian Special Forces, the FSB, and the MVD, for high-risk, close-quarters combat scenarios.
The VANT is designed for the point man, the operator who must be the first physical barrier between his squad and the enemy fire in a flash raid. But how much confidence can you actually place in this colossal hunk of steel and composite materials when the rounds start flying? Before we dive into the ballistic performance, let's talk dimensions and practical reality. At approximately 48 inches high and close to 80 pounds, or more depending on the generation and specific internal components, this is not a dynamic piece of gear. This shield's sheer mass dictates a slow, grinding pace. It favors brute force and overwhelming presence over tactical agility. It features the primary armored viewing port, critical for maintaining situational awareness in a firefight, and even includes a lower, segmented ballistic flap designed to protect the operator's feet, the footsies, as some would say, a critical vulnerability for a stationary shield operator. Legend tells us it provides absolute protection, but the central, inescapable question remains: what is the actual Ghost or NIJ ballistic rating on this Phantom VM? We are here today to conduct purely scientific, albeit highly destructive, tests, pitting Russian armor against a spectrum of NATO and domestic firepower. In the context of protection, whether it's ballistic protection on the battlefield or digital protection in our increasingly vulnerable online world, the principles of layering and redundancy hold true. While we focus on physical defense today, recognizing threats unseen is vital. Whether you're safeguarding against rounds or against sophisticated cyber fraud, which has shockingly become the fastest-growing crime in America, you need layers of defense. Identity theft is not a joke, and protecting your financial and personal data is paramount. Just as we use calibrated ammunition for testing, we should use proven tools for digital security. But let's get back to the steel and We've set the VANT up on our stand, backed by cardboard targets. This critical secondary target lets us visually confirm any full penetration, ruling out deflection or non-perforation impacts. We're starting conservatively, establishing a baseline with standard NATO sidearm threats, then rapidly escalating to intermediate rifle calibers, battle rifle munitions, and finally, specialized armor-piercing threats. Our initial barrage begins with the ubiquitous Glock 17, firing NATO standard 9x19mm ammunition, specifically 124 grain plus P jacketed hollow points. This is a common service round, high velocity, designed to be stopped by even basic body armor.
Shot 1. Glock 17, 9mm, P+.
The shield didn't flinch. Zero visible movement. Our 9mm impact site is clean, a neat little entry wound on the composite face. Crucially, checking the back panel, there is absolutely zero bulging, zero spalling, and zero exit signature on the cardboard. The VANT easily dismisses the most common handgun threat. This tells us, right off the bat, that the VANT TM is performing at least at the NIJ level IIA standard, designed for pistol caliber and soft armor threats. This successful test confirms that common buckshot could be stopped even more easily, which is why we'll reserve shotgun testing for the visor glass later. Now, we introduce the rifle threat, starting with perhaps the most encountered weapon in post-Soviet conflicts, the legendary AKM, chambered in 6.23 by 39 millimeters. We are firing standard 123 grain ball ammunition from approximately 25 meters. This is the baseline intermediate rifle test. AKM 62 by 39 ball. A slightly louder crack, a minor jiggle in the shield, but visually the armor remains intact. We locate the impact site, a clean hit, and move immediately to the back. Again, no penetration, no bulging that can be physically detected or felt. The VANT successfully stops 62 by 39 standard ball, a commendable achievement that elevates its protection level substantially past simple level 3IA.
Next up, we escalate the threat to the high-velocity, small-caliber Russian round, the 45 by 39 millimeter, fired from an AK-105 platform.
This particular rifle is a high-fidelity replica of the Russian design, and we're using military-grade 7.6 ammunition, an incredibly common round overseas. While the AK-105's short 5-inch barrel mitigates some velocity compared to a full-length AK-74, this round is notorious for its tendency to yaw and fragment, causing disproportionate damage. Shot 3, AK-105, 45 by 39, 7N6. Another solid impact. No penetration. This is where things get interesting structurally. By examining an old tear already present in the armor material near the impact, we can glimpse the internal construction. It appears to be an older composite technology, likely layers of aramid fibers, Kevlar equivalent, bonded with some hardened layer. This construction raises questions. To stop intermediate rifle rounds consistently, you typically need modern UHMWPE, ultra-high molecular weight polyethylene, or ceramic or steel trauma plates. This bond appears to rely on sheer thickness and material density, fitting the Soviet-era engineering doctrine of heavy is. Let's turn the tables and bring in the American equivalent, 56 by 45 millimeter NATO. Firing from an upgraded M4A1, the URGI platform, we are using M855A1 ammunition. These are the Spicy Boys, an enhanced performance round designed for superior soft target and barrier penetration, utilizing a hardened steel penetrator tip. If any 5.6 round is going to defeat composite armor, it's this one. Shot 4, URG M55A1. Significant movement and a loud metallic strike. We have a very clean, tiny hole on the surface. Check the rear, absolutely no penetration. The VANT stopped the M855A1. That is excellent performance, cementing its resistance to modern, high-velocity intermediate threats. We follow up with the classic M855, green tip, fired from a 20-inch barrel M16. The longer barrel grants the projectile maximum velocity, increasing the kinetic energy transferred upon impact. Many theorize that speed is the true killer of armor. Shot 6, M16, M855. Again, the impact is absorbed. No through-and-through penetration, not even a significant bulge. This armor is proving incredibly resistant to 5.6 NATO. This success brings us to the true crucible of armor testing, battle rifle calibers. These rounds are designed for long-range engagement and pack significantly higher kinetic energy than their intermediate counterparts. First up, the right arm of the free world, the FAL, chambered in 62 by 51 millimeter NATO, firing standard 147-grain M80 ball ammunition. This is our current benchmark for NIJ Level 3 certification. If the VANT stops this, it is definitively Level 3 certified. Shot 6, FAL, 62 NATO M80 ball. This one produced a noticeable jiggle, a more pronounced shudder than any previous round. The impact site shows clear deformation.
When pressing the back of the shield near the M80 impact, the material feels significantly mushy compared to the rock-solid feel around the 5.6 hits. The energy transfer was massive, but did it go through?
No penetration. The VANT has definitively passed Level 3 standards. This shield, despite its age and weight, is certified to stop standard NATO M80 ball. This is impressive.
But this is where the legends often break, because the transition from Level 3 to Level 4, the ability to stop true armor-piercing rounds, is a geometric leap in protection requirement.
We turn now to the true test of the VANT's pedigree, the round that separates the serious armor from the mere protective vest. The venerable M1 Garand, firing 3006 armor-piercing AP ammunition. 3006 AP round uses a core of hardened steel, designed specifically to defeat the steel helmets and body armor of the 1940s. A level 4 plate is required to stop one round of 3006 AP. The VANT TM is supposed to be the stuff of myth. If it stops this, the incredible, unforgivable weight of the shield is justified. 7 M1 Garand, 30-06 armor piercing. A monstrous strike, a puff of smoke erupting from the back of the shield, followed by the sickening sound of material being shredded. We rush to the rear. The 3006 AP went straight through, cleanly, easily.
The impact crater on the front is massive, and the exit wound on the back is catastrophic. It took significant chunks of the composite material with it. This is not a partial penetration. This is a failure.
The hardened steel core of the VANT's layered structure, all the legends about stopping heavy machine guns crumble into dust the moment a round designed for World War II engagement defeats the shield. To be absolutely certain, addressing the inevitable critique that the first shot might have weakened the surrounding area, we repositioned and fired a second M1 Garand AP round into a completely fresh, uncompromised area of the shield. Shot 8. M1 Garand, 30-06, armor piercing, retest. The result was identical. The 3006 AP passed through the VANT like a hot knife through butter. This unequivocally puts the VANT's ballistic rating firmly at NIJ Level 3, or possibly the Soviet equivalent of Ghost 5 or 6, but certainly nowhere near Level 4, and definitively shattering any myth of DSHK or RPG resistance beyond marginal shrapnel defense. Since we are pushing the boundaries, we must address the sheer absurdity of high-caliber threats. We brought out the Steyr HS-50, essentially the sniper rifle from Halo, chambered in extremely spicy 50 BMG ammunition. Steyr HS-50 BMG. The impact was thunderous. The shield disintegrated at the point of impact, vaporizing the material and leaving a man-sized hole. If the 30-06 AP was a failure, the 50 BMG was the complete erasure of the VANT's existence. Secondary area testing. The visor and the feet. With the main body protection established as Level 3 and highly overweight for that rating, we moved to the secondary protective areas, starting with the integrated armored glass visor. This is a critical vulnerability, as a direct headshot, even at a lower caliber, can incapacitate an operator. We will test this with ubiquitous close quarters threats. In this case, 12-gauge buckshot from the Benelli M4. Benelli M4, 12-gauge buckshot. The glass stopped the buckshot pellets. However, the internal layer of the visor completely shattered and spalled. This means that while the operator would technically survive the round, the internal fragments of glass would likely cause severe facial trauma, blindness, and immediate incapacitation. The visor provides protection, but at a severe penalty to the operator's vision and health. Finally, we test the lower articulated ballistic flap, the protection for the feet. We start with the 9mm P+ handgun round. Surprisingly, the soft flap stopped the 9mm round completely. It absorbed the energy, swung back violently, but held its integrity. We escalate quickly to the AKM 62x39 ball ammunition on the same flap. AKM 62x39 ball on foot flap. The 62x39 round defeated the flap. While it provided initial resistance, the rifle round penetrated, confirming that this soft armor section is designed primarily for shrapnel or low-velocity pistol rounds, not direct rifle engagement. VANTM final synopsis. What we have right here is a shield that performs at a maximum of NIJ Level 3. It will effectively stop most non-armor piercing threats up to 62x51mm M80 ball and 56x45mm M855A1. However, the moment a dedicated armor-piercing threat, even an older one like the M2 AP306, is introduced, the VANT fails catastrophically. The most damning takeaway is the efficiency ratio. This VANT TVM is excessively heavy for a Level 3 rated shield. Modern Level 3 and even some Level 3 Plus shields achieve this protection standard at a fraction of the weight, typically below 50 pounds.
This shield's colossal mass and archaic composite construction are a tactical liability, severely limiting the speed and stamina of the operator carrying it, a serious handicap in the dynamic world of CQB.
The myths are debunked. The VANT is not invulnerable. It is heavy, it is obsolete, and it will not save you from a dedicated armor-piercing round. Now that we've established the limits of Soviet heavy armor, the natural next step is to test the latest cutting-edge ballistic composite technology designed to defeat the very rounds that shamed the VANT. You have to see what happens when we unleash Russian tungsten core armor-piercing munitions against the newest generation of American ceramic plates. Click here to see if the plates hold up, or if they too will be humbled by the sheer power of modern AP rounds.